All right, welcome back. As you can see from the title, today we're going to be reviewing VirgoCX for Canadians. I'm going to cover everything on this platform in detail, from security to fees, features, funding methods, most importantly, how it compares to the rest of the Canadian platforms. And I'm going to show you where are the best places to buy cryptocurrency in Canada based on reviewing 15 platforms for the last year or so. If you want to see these charts and compare these platforms side by side, I'll put it in a link in the description below, and this will have the most up-to-date information because crypto changes fast. So if you want the most current numbers, use the link below. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, here's the 2-second review. VirgoCX did really well. One, it was very inexpensive. It had the third cheapest total purchase fee to buy Bitcoin. So it's very inexpensive for buying crypto. That's like the number one thing I look for. And it's the third cheapest based on the total purchase fee, right? So that factors in the spread, the trading fees, and any other fees required. Some platforms have hidden fees. That's why I calculated this total purchase fee to see what's actually the cheapest. And VirgoCX did very well. It also has beginner and advanced features, so it's pretty suitable to lots of people. It has 25 plus coins on the platform at the time of this video, and good deposit and withdrawal options like e-transfer and more. If we look at the downsides, it's definitely the user interface, which isn't as strong compared to some of the other platforms. The other downside is some random fees. For example, to withdraw fiat, there's a 0.5% fee instead of being free like some other places. The crypto withdrawal fees can be higher on some coins compared to other platforms. So if you're a smaller trader, that will be annoying. Paying like $40 or $30 to withdraw your crypto. Lastly, the Google Play app has low reviews for some reasons. That's something to keep in mind. Other than those downsides, I ranked it overall 4th out of 15 Canadian platforms. That's at the time of this video. This is always changing because crypto changes fast. That's what it is right now. It's a very good platform, and I think it's just a good option for Canadians. I would definitely compare it with the other top platforms on this list. Now, that's the high-level overview of VirgoCX. Let's take a deeper look at everything. First, let's tackle security and reputation. So is this platform safe to use? Overall, the answer is yes. VirgoCX is relatively new. They were founded in 2018, but they have a good track record. They've never been hacked. According to LinkedIn, they have a team of 20 employees. The company is also registered with FinTrack and regulated by the OSC in Ontario. So they are a legitimate company that's legally operating in Canada, which is always a good sign. And they have a lot of security features, more security features than average. Here's a list of all the features I found. As you can see, they use cold storage through Ledger Vault. Ledger has a $150 million insurance policy, and they do institutional grade storage for companies. A lot of big companies trust Ledger, and obviously they have the Ledger hardware wallet on the consumer side, which I definitely recommend. In your account on VirgoCX, you'll find a bunch of security features. There's two-factor authentication. You can do email verification. You can set pins for transactions, whitelist addresses. There's just a bunch of optional features, which is good. I'd say it's more than your average platform in Canada. So overall, I'd say it's a little on the higher end of security compared to other platforms, but it's still a crypto exchange. The safest way to store your crypto is always on a hardware wallet, or at least your own private wallet where you own the keys. But VirgoCX definitely passes the security test. Now let's look at opening an account. For doing that on VirgoCX, it's the same as any Canadian crypto exchange. Be prepared to submit your ID, your personal info like name, date, address, sometimes source of funds and stuff like that. That's all required for any crypto exchange. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set up. Then you have to wait to get verified, which is usually instant, or it might take a couple days depending on your specific case. Once your account is open and verified, you can quickly fund it with e-transfer or wire transfer. Not only do they allow Canadian dollars, but they also support USD as well. All deposits are free, while withdrawals have a 0.5% fee. You can also see the crypto withdrawal fees here. They are fixed fees depending on the coin. So since it's fixed, it can be higher than withdrawing on Newton or some of the other platforms. Newton, for example, is dynamic. It just charges what the crypto network is charging. There's no markups, they say, and they also give you $5 off. So they cover the first $5 of those network fees. So if you want cheap crypto withdrawals, I would definitely do like Newton. ShakePay also offers free crypto withdrawals, which is helpful for the average investor. Since we're talking about fees, let's move on to the total fees and the spread. This is where VirgoCX did really well. They have 0 trading fees, free deposits, and the only fee for buying crypto is in the spread, which is very low when I tested it. So when I bought Bitcoin on VirgoCX, there was a total purchase fee of 0.66%, meaning every $100 gets you about $99.34 of crypto. This was third best out of 15 platforms. Now keep in mind, I tested VirgoCX a few months after all of these platforms, so I tested most of these at the same time. VirgoCX was a little after, so that is something to keep in mind. And these fees and percentages, they change every day, so this is just good to like compare. It's not going to be exact. Now this total purchase fee, I get that by adding all the deposit fees, all trading fees, as well as the difference price from Google. So as you see, the reference price here was 57,196. That's the price of Bitcoin on Google. And then at the same time, I opened VirgoCX and you could buy Bitcoin for 57,573. So just a few $100 more. That's 0.66% higher than the price on Google. And remember, there's no trading fees or other deposit fees or anything. So that's how the total purchase fee was only 0.66%. I did the exact same thing for all 14 other platforms. These are the results on this chart. VirgoCX is among the cheapest places you'll find, which means your money is being invested and not going to fees, which is awesome. Now let's finally walk through the platform and its features. So let's start with the website. This is the main dashboard when you log in. You have your balances, you have a quick trade section, and your cryptocurrencies are at the bottom here. On the left side of the screen is your navigational menu, and we'll go into the fund tab. As I went over earlier, these are the funding and withdrawal methods. You can use Canadian or USD. If you scroll down, this is where you can deposit and withdraw your cryptocurrencies as well. Next is the advanced trade section. So you'll see technical charts here and different trading tools provided by TradingView. You can use all these charting tools. You can mark up the page, stuff like that. They have market and limit orders on the right side of the screen here. I don't see any other advanced order types. If we go back, there's a few other tabs on the side, like a referral program. If you use my link below, you'll get $30 free when you trade your first $100. So that's pretty good. There's a support section with articles and FAQs. VirgoCX also offers an OTC desk. So if you're balling and you're trying to trade over $30,000 in a single transaction, you can check out the OTC desk. And that's the majority of it. The last thing I'll show you is their NFT section, which they recently launched. This is the first I've seen from a Canadian-based platform. Basically, it's an OTC NFT brokerage, so they help you find and acquire NFTs. And lastly, here is the mobile app on iOS. Very similar. This is the home page. You can scroll down and see all the assets. Bottom of the screen is your navigation. There's a few tabs here. You can deposit and withdraw here. And then here is the trading tab. Looks like this. You can click to see the charts here in the top left. Then the last two tabs are the referral program and your profile. I won't show those for security reasons. And that's pretty much the review. So let's summarize everything. Here are the pros and cons again. So in my opinion, right now, VirgoCX is one of the best platforms for Canadians. And once you get to these top 4 or 5 platforms, it just depends what features you're looking for. They're all really good, really inexpensive. So VirgoCX, they have low prices, 25 plus coins, and a good amount of security features. The downside is just some fees on withdrawals, the user interface, and maybe the number of coins available aren't as high. If we look at the alternatives, Newton, I think, is the best overall for most Canadians. That's because it has a great user interface, over 40 coins, very low fees as well, and cheap crypto withdrawal fees, free deposit and withdrawals. Now, it does have its downsides as well, but I think that's the best platform for Canadians. The downsides are, I get a lot of comments saying oh, it's really hard to open an account. It takes days, so sometimes you can't open an account. Their customer support is not reliable in my experience, and they don't have any advanced features. Another alternative to VirgoCX is Endax. Endax is a very good platform. It's also very inexpensive, and it has advanced features, so maybe you want to check that out as well. But anyways, compare these for yourself, choose what is best for you. VirgoCX is a solid option. I'll put a link to everything below, and if you want to sign up for VirgoCX, there's $30 free with the link below when you trade $100. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.